First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, in whom the truth resides. Peace and blessings be multiplied to the Akim that's out here preaching this truth and sincerity and love of the gospel. Sincere salutations to you, Aqua, that's learning in silence. Okay, this is Hashem YASHARAHLA, with a sit down. This video I ran across, it's an older video. I don't know when it was put up, but I was scrolling through. I don't know what I was looking for, but I just ran across this. And it's an account of some old British soldiers, okay? And they witnessed a nuclear bomb test. And I watched the video, man. It was scary and devastating, because they actually, this was just a bomb test, and this is a atom bomb, okay? And probably this was before I'm pretty sure they dropped it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But anyway, they got different accounts. I'm gonna play some of the video. Not all of it, but your brothers got you can see the link and the address. You can log on to it. So and watch it through its entirety. Okay? And it's like it. I want to hit a few scriptures, because in different accounts, different accounts and interviews, they were actually hitting scriptures, man. One of the guys said, when he covered his eyes, he could actually see his bones, like an X-ray. You could see his bones through his hand. Okay, and that reminded me of, the eyes would consume away in their holes. All right. And another man said, some of the guys were crying, man, and crying after their mothers. Okay. Another guy says, it was a sight to see. I don't know. It's different. I got a few scriptures I wrote down, but they actually basically is like they're quoting scriptures out on their testimonies. Let me play a little bit of it, and then I'm gonna have some scriptures.
Knowledge should not be strapped with debt for the rest of their lives.
When the flash hit you, you could see the x-rays of your hands through your closed eyes. To say it was frightening is an understatement. We were basically used guinea pigs. There's no other word for it.
The threat of nuclear war hasn't been this high since the Cold War.
We will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea.
To better understand this existential danger, I want to speak to soldiers who've experienced atomic bomb explosions up close. While everyone knows about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, few are aware that an additional 2,000 atomic bombs were detonated after World War II and tested on hundreds of thousands of young soldiers to prepare them for nuclear war. Most nuclear tests were performed by the
Slovakia, okay, it was after Nagasaki. Okay.
United States and Russia. But 20,000 British soldiers were also involved. These missions were secret, and up until recently, the veterans weren't allowed to discuss them. Only a few of these men are still alive today. I've been invited to a reunion of atomic veterans in a village near Bristol. The veterans have traveled from all over the country to share their experiences. I wonder if they're more concerned about the threat of nuclear war than my generation is, as they have experienced the power of these weapons firsthand.
And it's 167. 167.
When I arrive, the room is full of old men playing bingo.
Hello, I'm Wester.
Who are you?
I'm Wes.
It's hard to imagine that they have seen atomic bombs detonate.
It's a bit dead.
Right, so I'll speak up.
My name is Peter Barnard. I served in the area for 5 years in the Pacific for the weapons testing.
My name is Douglas Hearn. When I was 21 years old, I was sent to Christmas Island and witnessed 5 nuclear detonations. That was the defining point in my life that governed what my life was going to be like from the moment I saw the first one, stood in front of it.
My name is David. At the age of 18, they sent me to the nuclear test site. It was utter devastation.
Didn't know anything about it when we went. We didn't know what we were going to do when we went, only to be told that we would be testing bombs.
We were told nothing. We knew nothing. We were told very little about the day, except don't look at the flash.
Can you describe the day that the nuclear bomb was dropped?
And just before the sun comes up, we were marshalled in groups.
I went out on the aircraft carrier, the Warrior, and we was told to face the stern of the ship, the back of the ship.
We were told to cover our eyes with our hands or bury your eyes into the crook of your arm, which we did.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To say it was frightening is an understatement. I think it shocked us all into silence. When the flash hit you, you could see the x-rays of your hands through your closed eyes.
It was just sheer brilliant light. So I've never seen anything like it, never had done.
In the process of hands over your eyes, you saw every bone in your hand.
If I was looking at you now, I would see all your bones. You would see all the blood vessels and everything of the bones a lot.
Then the heat hit you, and that was just as if somebody my size had actually caught fire, then walked through me. It was an experience that was absolutely unearthing. It was so strange.
Some of the lads would stand up, but about 30 odd seconds later, you'd get the blast, and the blast would knock you flying.
And there were guys with bruises and broken limbs. We couldn't believe it.
After a while, we were told that we could now stand and look up and watch the mushroom form.
You caught sight of the side of it at 90 degrees. It was that huge. It wasn't there, it wasn't there, it was there. It was practically above you.
All they saw was this rising fireball, a colossal fireball just going up, and thunder, lightning, you name it.
What I noticed most was the clouds moving away like that. You know, round and round and round.
I think it was too much for some of them, and some of them would cry and ask for their mum. That was awful.
There was no comprehension that anything like that could even exist. It was immense.
It's a sight to see, but never want to see it again.
All right. Yeah, man. Esau's the devil, boy. Man, that's crazy. All right, let me get some scriptures, man. And he tests these weapons out on his own people, man. You know? The first one we get Psalms 37 and 20. All right, he said, just Psalms 37 and 20, he said, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemy of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume unto smoke, like they consume away. The wicked burroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous sheweth mercy, and giveth for such as to be blessed of him shall inherit the earth. So like that's not the point. The point was just at 20. He said, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. All right, and if you ever roasted a lamb, the fat, it actually melts. You know, it melts and drops off into the fire and makes that little steam noise. Okay, so they say they'll be the fat of lambs because it's gonna melt them. It's the heat of that thing, like the man said. He said it was the heat was so intense that he could see it just hit you. You know, I couldn't imagine that, man. But hey, Yahushua allowed them to Yahushua allowed them to make these bombs, man, for their own destruction. All right. And Esau is he's a hunter, man. That was his blessing. His blessing was with the sword, and his sword. And he's a great waster. He's gonna waste his own. The Lord allowed him to make these bombs, and he's gonna waste his own self with them. And 2/3 of our people. Okay. All right, this is Ezekiel 21 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face towards Jerusalem, and drop thy word towards the holy place, and prophesy against the land of Israel. And say to the land of Israel, Thus saith the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked. Okay, the righteous is going to be 2/3 of our people, and the wicked is the heathens. All right, verse 4. See, and he said his sword should come out of his sheath, and the sheath is somewhere where you put your sword in. Okay, and the missiles are what? They rest in what? In silos. Okay. Verse 4. Seeing then that I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked thereof, shall my sword go forth out of the sheath against all flesh, from the south to the north. Okay, so how can a sword go from the south to the north? All right, so these are talking about missiles, man. All right. And the sword coming out of their sheath is them silos that the missiles are housed in. All right. He said that all flesh may know that I am the Lord. That I the Lord have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath, and he said it shall not return any more. Sigh therefore, thou son of man, with the breaking of thy loins, and with bitterness, sigh before their eyes. Verse 7. And it shall be when they say unto thee, Wherefore sighest thou? That thou shalt answer for the tithings, because it cometh, and every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, and every spirit shall faint, and all knees shall be weak as water. Behold, it cometh, and shall be brought to pass, saith the Lord power. Right, okay, so that guy was saying, man, that it was a sight to see, but he didn't want to see it again. Okay, so no, this is a nuclear, that was just a bomb test. So you probably figured they may have used, so many poundage of nuclear, so many pounds of whatever the warheads. They probably just used so much of it. Okay, but when you imagine, the scripture says, man, thousands upon thousands, man. Thousands of missiles are going to hit America. All right, and that's just, man, you can't even imagine it, man. Like they saying, like I said, this is a nuclear bomb test. And he said he couldn't even imagine something like that was even created. Okay, so, man, bro, that's why the scriptures read like they say, man. Hey, it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a day of it's not gonna be a glorious day, man. All right, you can get Zechariah 41. I'm sorry, it's like 14. Man, boy, it's like it. All right, let me start at 12. Let me see, behold, the day of the Lord coming. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to 12. All right, this is Zechariah 14, verse 12. Okay. He said, and this shall be the plague where the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths. Okay, and that's that heat they was talking about, man. All right, because what does heat do? Heat consumes all moisture out of everything. All right, when you burn your meat in an oven, it consumes all the moisture and it becomes dried out and charred. Okay, so that's why. Slacky, bro. Slacky up. Slacky. All right. And he said, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes. All right. So it's going to draw out it's going to suck up all the moisture out of your eye sockets, man. It's going to burn your flesh. All right. These things are with intense heat. These weapons, Yahushua, the scripture says, me, I have created the smith. Yahushua gave them the knowledge, man. Man, the Lord is behind everything. All right, even these weather patterns, man. I don't, even if Yahushua he gave Esau power, prince of the power of the air. Okay, so even if he's creating this weather with harp, the Yahushua gave him that technology, man. He gave him the technology to do that. Yahushua said, it's going to be earthquakes in diverse places. Why is it in diverse places? Because this devil is creating them, man. He gave him he said he gave him the fatness of the earth, but he had to take it. All right, he got the land. So even if the Lord is nature, if he's creating nature. It's still everything the scripture says, the deceive and the deceiver is his. All right, because Esau is creator. He's creative of evil. All right, so if he's creating weather and he creates all of these destructive destructive instruments, Yahushua has allowed him to get the knowledge to do so. Okay? He said their tongues shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his hand, and his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. All right, con. So that's just that's the race wars. All right. So yeah, man. This thing was pretty devastating, man. And these nuclear tests, man, damaged a lot of stuff, man. Esau was just shot his weapons off, man, just testing them, and they gave you testimonies of how it affected their families. What did he say? 18-some thousand of them died, and a lot of them died from different forms of cancer. All right, so Esau, the scripture says Esau's house, if Esau's house is divided, if his house is divided, how can Esau's house stand if his Slacky, I'm butchering this up. Let me get this other scripture. I'm gonna try to get that. This is Joel 2:7. Okay, yeah, and he's talking about the missiles, man. He said, this is Joel 2:7. He said, they should run like mighty men. They shall climb the walls like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways. He said, and they shall not break their ranks, neither shall they thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the walls. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them, and the heavens shall tremble, and the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall draw their shining. All right, because hey, when he said, what did he say? He said when they heard the blast, and they told him, okay, they could stand up and take their arms and they could open their eyes. He said it wasn't there. It wasn't there. He said it was there. It was above them. Okay, and there was plumes of smoke. Okay, so Esau is not right. Esau is bro. He cannot get away from these scriptures, man. No way. It describes every event that he did to a T. Everything that he did, man. The scriptures it's got a pinpoint. Okay, yeah, that's it. Isaiah 34, the last one is Isaiah 34:4. He said, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together. Remember the guy had said, he just looked up and he just said, plumes of smoke rolling. Okay? He said, rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as it falleth, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. Okay, so man, these weapons that this man has created, man, is going to destroy. He's made them to destroy himself. Okay, so it's nothing. It's for us to stay steadfast in this truth, man. Hold on to that without what we have obtained, man, through the elder apostles of GMS, man. All right, and through brothers, man. All right, these are exciting times. These are also scary and dangerous times. All right, man, because we are nearer to our salvation than we ever believed, man. All right. All right, with that, I hope somebody the elect was edified. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kadash. All right, double honors to to our elders who's worthy of double honors, to apostles, and a sincere salutations to you, Akim, that's out there serving, putting your life on the line, man, in these last detriment times, man. All right, shalom to you, Aqua, that's learning in silence. Shalom.